For the past few years, I've discovered that most of the time, relationships are much better than everything because you are able to spend time with that person that you are in a relationship with. You also understand on where and how can you help that particular person.
Going to Croix, you hear about Hope Chests and like what they do. And those Sundays where they're like, do you want to sponsor a child? Me and my husband, it never worked out. And so finally I'm like, we are doing this today, we're signing up.
Before going to that Cape Point, I didn't know much about Christ because where I am from, it's a traditional home whereby we were worshiping ancestors.
At the Cape Point, some of them does not have parents. Some of them have got no one to take care of them, like at home, at school, wherever they are.
You hear about all the kids that need to be sponsored, and it just gets overwhelming. They just become one of the thousands of kids here that need a sponsor. And so once you meet them, it all changes. All the kids come and go, so you don't know if they're all going to be there on the same days. And I introduced them to volleyball, and so we were playing volleyball, and one kid kept coming back. And at the end of the day, we're like, what's your name? And it sounded familiar, and I looked it up, and it was my sponsor child. So him and his little sister really left an impact on my life. Our hope is that he will have a relationship with God one day, if he doesn't already.
I know that when I'm with the kids like closely, I can hear more on how can I help them like spiritually and mentally, because those things does not need money. It only needs that person to be close to somebody, and then they'll be able to share ideas.
Through the help of the Cape Point, that's how I receive Jesus Christ. That's how I get to change and live like the way Jesus Christ wants me to be. Today, I'm a strong Christian because those who were teaching there, they were able to give me the way to live as a child of God.
Now knowing what we know and having that relationship, it puts a face to the name. He's not my son, but he is like my son, you know, like he's my family.
I'm a walking testimony to everything that is happening here, because I know myself before Christ, like before I knew Christ, and I know myself now since I know Christ. And everything that is happening to the Cape Point is something that is also happening in me. And everything that is happening in me is through Croix. I would say they are the hands of Christ now. They are the feet of Christ.
You don't have to save the world. You just have to do your part. For us who don't live here and who can't, give that much time and sacrifice, sponsoring a kid is our part.